Hi everybody. I've seen a lot of questions lately about color block sort and merge and what's the difference and how do I use them. So I thought we would do a quick video on explaining those and here we are. So this is an epic one and I'm gonna add a embroidery to my screen. So here's some cute little daisies and there they are. So now I'm going to add another one. I'm going to copy that design and bring it over here. And we know that the order that we add things to the screen is the order that they're going to stitch out in. So I have one design, two designs. I've selected a hoop big enough to accommodate and I'm going to press go. Here I have some options. Color block sort, color block merge, and monochrome. So I could make choices here as far as what I wanted to use, but I think I would rather do it in stitch out mode because I believe it gives you a better view of the differences. So here I go. And if we look here in our thread block or our color block list, it shows 1 of 1, 2 of 1, 3 of 1, 4 of 1, 5 of 1, and on until this point. So 1 was the first design that we put on the screen. And then we duplicated it. It doesn't matter if I duplicated or if I brought it in from my files and added it. That would be design 2. So then we start with 1 of 2, 2 of 2, 3 of 2. Okay, so if I were to just progress and load my thread and hit start, I would get through all of these colors and then I would have to rethread and do them all over again. Well, that's kind of a pain in the butt. So they've given us these wonderful buttons here. You know, while we have you here, maybe I'll just do a quick explanation. We have a basting button. So I can baste around my design or around my hoop at any point in my stitch out, which is wonderful. So say I wanted to add a layer of water-soluble topper halfway through my project, I could still baste that in place without having to come in to edit and add that, which is wonderful. That's available on your designer diamonds and up. So before that, it wasn't available at any point. So in some of the older machines, you can't just baste from any point in your embroidery. But I digress. So let's go back to where we were here. So the next one is my favorite feature, and it is this little flower with one colored petal. What that button does is it allows you to see exactly the thread that I'm gonna use next. So if I had 5 different greens in here and I'm looking at the screen trying to determine what thread to load, it grays out everything except the step I'm on. Fabulous. I use it every day. So I'm gonna shut that off for a second so we can see all the colors. And I still have my thread list here. If you guys ever have a question about which button does what, don't forget about your little question mark here. I can touch that button anytime and select one of these and it'll tell me that's color block sort. And if I want to read about color block sort, I can hit OK, or I can hit on the little link that will take me to tell me exactly what color block sort does. So if we look at it here, it says that it will stitch all the color blocks of one color at the same time. That's wonderful. So if I hit that, what it's done is it's combined the green from design 1, and then it also has it has repositioned design 2's green to be right after the first one. So the nice part about doing it this way with color sort is that it has rearranged the threads but it still stops in between. Let me explain that. So it's going to stitch out that first one, and then it's going to stop. So if I wanted to change that color, I have the opportunity. It's not just going to stitch through both of them and stop. That's color sort. So now we're going to go on to the next one. And that, oops, and that is color block merge. Touch that and it ignores the stops between the sorted colors, right? So if I have color sort selected and it's rearranged the colors, now if I hit color block merge, it's going to sew through that first green and through the second green and stop. So they are wonderful tools to use. Sometimes we want to use them together. I would in this case. I would love it to just keep going. So the last button we have over here is monochrome. So what monochrome is going to do is to stitch out everything as one color. So if I wanted this to be all in one color like red work, it would just stitch the whole design, no stops at all. If you ever look at your screen and maybe it looks like monochrome and you say, Beth, I didn't turn monochrome on, it means you shut your stop off. That does the same thing. If you see my design over here, see it's all one color. It has transformed that design into monochrome because it's not recognizing its stops. If I turn my stop back on, my colors reappear and the machine will stop in between colors. So that is our little lesson for today. I hope it all made sense. Don't forget about your question mark and follow the information links if you can't remember what I said. All right, guys, keep stitching.